Hey guys, Rodney McClure, Ace Window Tinting and Gasket Pro Tools. Always do the last tint job of the year video, and we're down to one window before we leave for the year. We pulled the seals on this. This is a 2020 truck, and to look at it, it would appear to be, hey man, this is gonna be gravy. And it is, but if you don't know what you're looking for, it could cause you a headache and cause you unneeded discourse. See all this? That's why we pull the seals. It's the same thing here. We're gonna brush this up. I'm gonna take this over the sink and wash it. I'm not gonna bore you with that part. This is a work truck that stays with the windows rolled up most of the time, but you see this on the windows? This is it's debris on the windows, and this is a laminated glass, so we're very careful about how we prep it. But this right here is it's Dazzle's what we call it. It's a window cleaner and a prep solution. So I'm gonna scrape this top edge. I'm not gonna scrape the whole window because you can scratch this glass really easily with a razor blade. We do use stainless steel blades, which helps, but still not without, you know, you have to be cautious to do whatever. So I'm getting all around these edges. And then after I do that, we use our safe prep. And we've been preaching this for years. And this is, as long as you've got a 90 degree right here and a 90 degree there, it's called shearing action. It'll shear. If you got one that's got a point on it, it dulls out quicker, or divots or whatever. So we just keep these up. But these are something that's gonna be on the site next year. This is a whole new material. I use this to prep these windows, especially on Chryslers or anything that's laminated. And the difference between this and a razor, this tip goes all the way up. Show them across the top edge and focus in on it. Got that. What I'm about to do right here on top of this edge of this window, a lot of folks overlook this. Any laminated glass, just because it's even a new vehicle, you want to clean this down in here. It's just a you know, semi-stiff toothbrush. I'll do it like that, then I'll take the bristles and piece them together where I can get down there really good like this. And I get all this stuff broke loose and where I can get it out of there. Then I'm gonna rinse it a little bit, wash it all down out of that thing, and wash it down the top and the outside of the window. Now, if you're shaving a window, you push your tint way up over it, and you get water on top of it, and all that debris is floating in it, and if your film gets pulled back, it can get right down in the top of your film, and it makes the edge of your tint job look like whodunit. This is what's in there. Now, I've got two scrub pads I use. One that's a dirty one, and one that's a good clean and prep one. This dirty one, I'm gonna hit that one more time, and then I'll do my final wipe down on it when I do this other. Now here's the next thing, up in here. And here's what happens with this. A lot of folks don't clean all that, then they wonder why they've got trash in the edges of the job and everything. So I'm putting this flip solution up in here. Then I'm gonna take this, wrap it around the see all that black on that. Now here's where you really see that when we take this and cram it up in here and go around this thing. That would have been in your tent. You'd have been going, I don't know why it got this stuff in there. I prepped it and I done this and this. You probably did, but the fact is, if you didn't get it all, then that's where it's coming from. And the next thing, we prep not only the actual glass, but we prep the part that your tent's not supposed to touch. But in the coincidence it does, it's clean. Now, if I'm going real fast doing this, yeah, we can do it a whole lot faster. There's no doubt about that. But why rush? I can't give you the whole idea of what really takes place in some shops. Some shops, not so much, but the ones that do this, they know what I'm talking about. Now I take this up before we're about to gap from the rubber here, probably ½ inch, but the outside's probably 1 inch. And we've already scraped it one time, but we're gonna scrape it one more time. And when I like to scrape, I like to do it like I'm squeezing. I push all this material down to the bottom. This way you're not just moving stuff around on the window from one side to the other. This is the quintessential prep squeegee. When I do them, I'll take this as I'm going. I'll take my, not a microfiber, this is a prep towel. I've preached that for years and years, and find it funny that some folks are catching on to it and that tries to promote products and just now figuring it out. And what's funny is it seemed like a whole lot of hoopla before, but if you find fibers in your film, it can be from the microfiber you're using, it can even be from the scrub pads you're using. If you notice the ones we use, we have these on our site. These are not blue or white. These are walnut shell scrub pads, so they ought to catch me out. This is another tool we have. I can't get by without it. I put this up behind the rubber like this, and I spray on top of it, and then put it there one more time, and I go up under it and drag it, and this is flushing everything in there all the way out the bottom. I always wipe them off between doing this, and I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll go across this, drag it one more time. Now, I'm gonna wait it, we're gonna install the film. Y'all see me wet the door panel? That's just terrible. I'm crucified. I hang my patterns upside down, which is I bottom load nearly everything I do, so when I do it, I just reach up like that. Y'all see how much water this sprayer's putting out? We have these two, and they're filtered. And we've tried a lot to replace this Delta. This is as close as I found to it. This is the cool thing about this. Still sprays upside down, so when you turn that thing sideways in the back glass of the car, it still keeps spraying. All right.
Hey, Tint Wizard.
Hey, buddy, I'm making video. Give me 1 minute.
Making what?
A video. They're gonna ask me who that dummy is yelling in the background. Point in there, show them who it is. Open that door and say, that's him.
Tint Wizard.
That's it. All right. Now you see that edge on that thing. This pattern fits good. We get it up real close, but then we don't do what we have to do, usually a complete shave on it, but we do get it settled in there and come back over and blend the edges if we need to. So a lot of folks ask, what do you squeegee with? What's your favorite tool? You know, I like a lot of them, but each one of them has its specific purpose. This is the Link tool, and this has our green Riddler blade in it. This set down, I see it where I want it so it don't keep moving. But with this being laminated glass, we like to heat the top edge, but you can't heat laminated glass or you risk cracking it. So I do heat it, but I just heat the film from the inside. I'm gonna ease it down just a little bit. Make sure I'm exactly where I want to be with it before I hit it with a heavy squeegee. This is the Yellow Maximus. It's dual durometer Hydra V blade. You can access the 85 side, prep with or whatever like this. You can even squeegee like that. Same difference, but this is the 93 side, so we can knock it down. It's the same as a sledgehammer durometer on the yellow side. But the cool thing about it is, see if you can get it right there in the side from angle looking back towards the end of the blade. This thing, with it being softer up here, this thing will curve to fit the glass. Sometimes that sledgehammer is too hard for doors because it won't curve. This baby right here takes care of all that. It curves and fits the window and don't leave any missed spots at all. Might do a video one day just going real fast until I look like these other guys on there then. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna grab the heat gun and warm that up and bond it down right quick. The problem with trying to heat it from the outside first is you have to heat through one layer of glass and then the laminate in the center, which almost acts as an insulator and a sound deadener. That's why they do it. It makes the vehicles quieter. And then by the time you do that and it gets warm enough in here to make it bond, you've done cracked outside because the glass is really thin. This way we're not going to get it much warmer than it does on a hot day with even that. If you ever shave the laminated glass, you know they're sort of tough to shave anyway. This right here is our ultra slick tape we sell on the side. It's actually clear, but I got a piece of PPF under it so it bonds to it. And this stuff, it lasts forever. But a lot of folks don't buy it because it's pricey. Then some folks can't figure out how to make it stick to the tool. But you got to prep the tool. And I recommend putting some decal material, some Orcal, some 3M, but I really prefer a strip of PPF. I just buy a roll of PPF cut for door edges. Just put it on the tool first before I use this. This is also the stuff we use for a plotter strip protector. The trick over here when you're pushing this film up on the edge, sometimes you can get up here if it's too wet, you pull the film down. So a quarter of the way up on the top half, just push it up instead of pushing it down that way. Now I'm going to this baby all the way up. Finish the bottom off. Do the same thing again. I use a couple different squeegees as I do it. And when you're squeegeing, no matter which squeegee you use, when you go down here and you go, I call it no man's land down here at the bottom, you wipe it off every time. This is where you pick up grit. It gets under your squeegee, and countless people call me, I don't know what's wrong with your squeegee scratching my window. Well, was it scratching yesterday? No. Did you nick the blade? Well, I don't know. Clean it, fill it, and see if there's anything under it. When you go down in there and pick up trash, you can do it. And you know, whether folks know or not, a squeegee blade is a consumable product. For the price they are and what kind of money we get paid, keep you a couple spares. Then send me your old ones back and I will re-edge them free of charge. You just pay shipping to and from 2 times in the lifetime of the blade. And that's on the full size blades. And these, not so much. So here's the thing to that. You buy one of our blades, it's pretty much like buying 3 blades for the price of one, because we will re-edge them for you, so you're good to go. Now, I'm gonna go up here just like this. I've already done that with the hard card. Now we're extracting all the slip out. You can see how much pressure I'm putting. This blade's bowing, but it conforms. The regular sledgehammers, they don't do that quite so much. They're a little less resilient to do that with a conformable, but now go down here where I go down, because I put the long patterns, I go way down low. I'm gonna go all the way across through here and make sure I'm seating all the way on the bottom. A lot of times when the seal's in it and you're putting film on and you keep having a finger come up, you're scratching your head. Well, it's because you're not pushing the water all the way below the seal. The seal may be wet, it's wicking water back up, and eventually it's gonna pull trash up into that spot. Ease it back down. I call this bumping the edge. I catch it, take a rag and put it over it, go up and past it. That way any water that pushes up and out, this towel catches it so it don't wick back down in there. This is what I do with them. It's never been used. It's a 30-degree carbon, great for shaving. And somebody says, why you sharpen your blades? I really don't sharpen them. If you know how sharp the edge is on this, it rolls over, and when it rolls over, your knife will start shattering. So we just I call it retooling the edge. This is a fine side, this is a coarse side. I just barely lay it in, I let the weight of the knife do it. And I'll pull it through about 4 times. Yep, I can get it in there. It changes the edge on the knife. It makes it a cutting edge instead of a razor's edge. So in some windows, you get some chatter or jiggling, depending on which way the edge was ground when that baby chattering. So it's telling me I need to cut the other way. But against my better judgment, I'm keeping on going this way. Now I start down here and come back this way with it. You see how it's not making all that chattering noise? That tells me when they ground that glass or filed the edge, we're going with the grain or with the edge that they done now instead of going against it. And that gives you a lot smoother edge when you're going with the grain. I like it when you see some people, they'll show you a shaving video, they throw the frame, cut it like this right here, then when they're done, they roll the window up. When you do this right here, this is how you can tell if you got shaved. It's not hanging over. And we'll pass with a rag on it like this. See that? That's what would have been on your squeegee blade down there. You could drug up into the glass. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Well, I'm gonna lay this stuff right here. You can see what we used. A lot of it we sell. Some of it you can buy at just different places. But that is it. This is the length. We have it in 3 or 4 different durometers. This old toothbrush. Safe Prep. This is our Prep automotive squeegee. Yellow Maximus and a tint grooving handle. Fillet knife sharpener from Walmart. I suggest you get you one. This is the Vader blade with our ultra slick clear tape on it. Though file, this is a file knife. It's for a Nicholson, but I took me a little tiny screwdriver pick and heated the handle off and slid on this thing because it's easier to hold. You get old, your hands will be like you was when you was a kid. You used to have them big old crayons. And as you become an adult, you got to use the small ones. As you get older again, you need the big ones again because your ass can't hold on to them. Your hands will get all tired. And one last thing I'll show you. I was telling you we always prep these right here and clean them. I was gonna go put it in the sink, but there's no need because I'm gonna go right down through here like this. Find my old screw here. It is. Keep these separated. Anything used on the outside of a vehicle, they're not used on the inside. You cross-contaminate. When you do that, you're asking for trouble. That's why a lot of folks, if they don't prep the outside of a car, if they're using a peel board, they're asking for issues on down the line. So again, we're gonna take this and wipe this out. I told you I was gonna brush the felt up. That way it knocks anything that's stuck in it out. This is a brass brush. This makes the felt look like new again. And these Fords are terrible on this part and the top on the older ones to felt to get still. And that's it. We're gonna put it back together and we're gonna be done with it. And y'all have a great new year. See you in 2024.